Hi everyone, hope you are doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now yesterday, before the swearing in of the cabinet secretaries, William Ruto had a parliamentary group meeting of Kenya Kwanza. And after that meeting, Dennis Itumbi went on to share some of the agendas that was discussed in that meeting. And if you look into that, you are seeing a clear picture of a president who is determined to overtax poor, hungry Kenyans. And beside this, there are so many questions you will also ask about the value for money. Ruto promised so many things, but seemingly delivering what he promised, it means he has to come back to you, overtax you, and then try to deliver what he promised to do. But again, above all, you will see someone who is just determined to rob Kenyans. This is what Dennis Itumbi shared. We will check it one by one. UDA PG at State House, cost of living. Final details of 700 to 8,000 dams being worked on to be completed in a few weeks. That means already this is a program that he decided with the President Uhuru Kenyatta, the retired one. So Ruto is just accomplishing because already there was money disbursed to this project. Number two, fertilizer already in circulation and more tax cheap price coming. Then Itumbi is talking about cheap price of fertilizer coming. That means what they are selling is expensive, or what does it mean? Because they told us they are bringing subsidy fertilizer. But again, most people in every corner of this country, they are confirming that there is no fertilizer, and if the fertilizer is there, it is still expensive. And then he has talked about the issue of NSSF amendments. This is where there is an issue in this discussion. All stakeholders have agreed to do regulations under old law, and the new rate will be published Friday morning. No longer 200 bob, but 6% of earning. And there is a question the president asked, according to what he's sharing: how can a whole organization save 350 billion in 60 years? We need to correct that. When it comes to the issue of NSSF, he's saying that it is no longer going to be 200. That means they want to increase. And Ruto had already said this. So it is going to be 6%. That means if you are earning 10,000, then 600 will go. If you are earning 20,000, then 1,200 will go. If you are earning 50, something about 3,000 there is going to go. So they are going to increase it. There's no problem with increasing this money. But again, you should check on what Kenyans are earning and what are they taking home. Besides this, there are questions and gray areas within NSSF that has never come clear to Kenyans. The question is, when you are saving this money, there is no problem. But when it comes to accessing the same money, it becomes a big problem. Why? Some old men and women end up even dying without enjoying this money. It turned into a fight between the Kenyans and the NSSF house. It turned into a fight when you just want to access your money. There are people who will go into early retirement. Why is it that accessing this money becomes a tedious issue to Kenyans? Another question is, in as much as we're talking about increasing the amount according to what has been anchored in the law, the other question we are asking is that this money is being kept for long. Why is it that the interest that comes with this money is very low? Is it 1% or what? Very low interest. Yet the money has been saved for long. It has been staying there. This money can do other jobs. If there are other projects or people who want to go into business, if you put this money in business, the return and interest can be bigger than what they are offering. So if Ruto is talking about increasing this money, why is he not talking about the interest that money is always earning per year? Why? Because if we are encouraging saving, then also show the value for that money when it's being saved. Another issue that is not coming out clear is what Francis Atwoli talked about the president when he was still the deputy president. Atwoli had a fight with William Ruto when he was still the deputy president because of his appetite towards the NSSF money. Atwoli is yet to come out clear and tell us if they sorted out that issue or what really was happening there. Because Mzee Atwoli was very clear that someone is eyeing the NSSF money. And they said if it were not for him staying there and making the noise, then that money was going to go into diversion of another activities. So, if we go by what Atwoli had told the Kenyans, can we conclude and say that someone is now ready to invade the NSSF? Because now there is a new regime, and the person at the center of the regime was a man who was already facing the complaint. It was a man that Atwoli was complaining about. So what can we conclude here? Now they have all the privileges and they are in a better position to swindle that money if they want. So Ruto has a free hand as of now. But you need to tell Kenyans what is going to be the value of this money in as much as encouraging more money. Because now they will be cutting from a salary, is it? We will see when they have published their new regulation to know how much will be cut from the employer and what about the employee. So we'll wait and see. But you can see a clear plan, because this is money that has just been lying there, has goods zikot. And what if someone said to you this money and they end up going into project that can never be seen? Hot air project. What will happen at the end of the day? I leave that one. Hustler Fund, regulations being finalized. And then they continue. The job is now on our shoulder to fight the promise we made during the campaign: housing, universal health care, and manufacturing. We will launch the Hustler Fund in December. Tribunal bills. Okay, Hustler Fund. Hustler Fund is going to be like any other fund. You will pay back money. In fact, someone can bear me witness. For those people who have been accessing the youth fund, I know so many people who did not even manage to pay back that money. But you will find out that there is no one who is even following you for that money. No one is taking you to court. No one is following that money. They just leave it like that. I know some groups that managed to access that money, but they never paid back. Watu waligawana pesa wakaenda zao, vyama zikavunjwa hivyo. But this Hustler Fund, you are going to pay for it. If you don't, they will come for you, or they will come for your property. So there is nothing like for free or just to help you. People are in business here. Some reports to AG, some to ministry. We need to align national rating bill to help collect revenue. Now another issue here, revenue. We are collecting only 4% of our GDP. South Africa is collecting 11% and Rwanda 8%. Some other countries are at 40%. So many people, including me, including myself, live in a freehold piece of land and we pay nothing, yet we have road and water. We need to restructure our system to collect revenue. So we want to increase the taxes according to the kind of GDP we are having. The truth of the matter is that Kenyan GDP is very high, but poor people are so many in this country. That means there are a few people holding into huge lump sum of money, but other people don't have money. Ni watu tu wa hand to mouth, kama akina Mdavadi na wengine, the billionaires in this country, akina Ruto, akina Uhuru, hivyo hivyo. So if you say that you want to increase these taxes from 4% according to the GDP and you make it somewhere, another figure, the person who is going to be hit hard is the poor of the poorest. Wachana na hawa matajiri. Because this taxes unaongeza wapi? So unaongeza tu kwa vyakula. So unaongeza tu kwa mafuta. Then you talk about land rent. You are saying they are living in free land. So it means what want to put taxes on the land. Kila kitu tunajua ni kwamba the people who have land in urban areas, when you are in town there, kuna some rates you pay. But now it's like they want to expand it to be massive. So wanaangalia uko na shamba kiasi gani, then they put there the rate, so you'll be paying land rates. Where will it leave the poor people? Those who cannot afford to pay. It means you will end up losing your land when this money is going to accumulate and become so huge than even the price of your piece of land. So where will the land go? Serikali inauza, wewe unabaki bila shamba. Kwa wale wenye hawana uwezo wa kulipa hiyo mambo. So there are so many things we are just wondering here. Additional revenue to county governments, we will see if we will give. If we will do this one, it will be a thumbs up. Because more money to county government, it means you are helping. Hata wale watu wenye wako kwa serikali kupitia kwa county government, they will succeed to do some things. That's good, but we will wait and see if he will implement this. Then nomination to Yala, more bills to be approved through the cabinet in 2 weeks. So it means in 2 weeks they will be approving some bills. This will set the foundation of our economy agenda. Committee next update. That is what Dennis Itumbi has shared. But you will see a clear structure of a president who has appetite for taxing Kenyans to have more money. And you can see there is something that might be cooking at the NSSF. There are things we are not yet clear to know. More taxes is coming, taxes on land and NSSF. I don't know your view, but please convince me through the comment section if I'm wrong or if you have anything to add on what I have said. Thank you.